VMworld 2012, this is siliconangle.com's theCUBE, our flagship telecast. We go out to the events, extract the signal from the noise. This is our third year at VMworld. theCUBE started in 2010 and now it's 2012. A lot's changed. I'm John Furrier, the founder of siliconangle.com, and I'm joined with my co-host.
I'm Dave Vellante at wikibon.org, and we're here with our friend, CUBE alum, Tarkan Maner, who we first met you when you were with Wyse, sold your company to Dell. Congratulations, and welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
So you got demoted. You got demoted, sorry to hear that.
For sure, for sure. That's
So
part
tell us what's the scoop. So what went down on the acquisition? Take us through quickly for the folks out there who are interested in how this all goes down. What happened?
So, first of all, I want to thank all thousands of people in the room right now in the audience. Phenomenal day. Great to see you guys both. Last time we were at the VMworld again, I believe 12 months ago. Yeah. So let me give a little bit context because you guys know what the story is, but for the folks out there, over the past 7 years, as you all know, we made a big turnaround with Wyse. A brand, a company, been around for 30 plus years, 31 years since 1981. Yeah. The company invented the thin client concept, the zero client concept over the past 15, 20 years, basically going after the PC business, fat client versus the thin client, zero client, 300 watts versus 5 watts, completely green, basically redefining the desktop virtualization, and with that, a cloud-connected client business, what we call cloud client computing business and market, and redefining that market in itself. So over the past 7 years, as we've been growing our business crazy, year after year. The last year, from 10 to 11, we almost grew 60% year over year, both on margin and as well as on the top line revenue. As part of that, we've been partnering with Dell for the past 7 years. Nearly 10-15% of our revenue came from Dell channel. Dell was one of our channel partners, put our thin devices. Obviously Dell is second to none on PC business, server business, storage, networking, buying a lot of different companies, great cash position, transforming the business. And we've been talking about deepening our relationship. We were doing some OEM discussions, going to market together. A lot of Fortune 500 businesses are buying our technology together, all those components. You were just talking about Fusion IO earlier. What is Fusion IO? Is another great technology, basically making the full IT story, solution story complete. So Dell has a lot of those pieces. The piece they were missing is obviously that thin, zero, cloud-connected device and software connectivity to the back end. So we were partnering very well, and we decided, look, it makes more sense for us to have a relationship 1 + 1 = 3. I know I sound like a typical cliche CEO who sold a company. I really mean this.
I just tweeted Michael Dell and said that you were on theCUBE and that I want to get him. I know he's here, he's in the building. I want to try to get him on.
And I'll tell you, look, Dell is what, $60 billion plus company. As the founder of the company, Michael is doing a great job coming back to the business, putting his own footprint in the transformation. And I'll tell you, in a fun way, I tell this Michael all the time, the way I feel within Dell today, the way I felt with Wyse 5-6 years ago, when we were doing this big transformation and moving and getting faster, more scalable, more flexible with the customers, delivering value through the chain of the partners.
So you were channel constrained prior to Dell.
So I'll tell you, this is the biggest, best kept secret in the industry. Dell is a very channel-focused company.
Oh, sure.
They have 100,000 channel partners, and as you know, Wyse, historically, full channel business, 100%. Now we're combining those resources. Truly, it's a 1 + 1 = 2.
I have to ask you because I took a chance, I did anyway. I went public and slammed this idiot blogger who wrote that Dell's dead and they have no chance, and took a shot at Michael Dell, who is my age, and I've watched his career grow from the dorm room selling modems all the way up to being what he did. Great guy, big fan of what Michael Dell has done. This blogger tried to do a Vanity Fair kind of hit piece on Dell, saying that they basically suck. So I went out and said that's an idiotic move by the blogger at Pando Daily. And people just don't know about Dell. They see the PC business and they think, oh, they're going down, Dell doesn't have anything. You turned around Wyse. Obviously, you've been anti-PC because you saw the future, right? So talk about why Dell isn't dead at all.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So let me give you a little bit of context behind that. And by the way, I don't, bloggers here and there, I have no idea. There are tons of bloggers, right? A lot of things, some of factual, some of it just,
This actually got a lot of play.
Yeah.
And was,
So the bottom line is, I don't want to make a comment on something that I haven't read. I'm not just giving you a typical PR cliche, but I have no idea what this guy wrote. But let me focus on this. Let me tell you at a high level. Beyond Dell, and let's look at the industry today, IT industry as a whole. This is very important. A lot of people miss this point. It's very important. Next interview, ask this question. Today, when you look at the IT space as a whole, it's a $3.5 trillion market. 3.5 with a T. Tarkan, T, $1 trillion market, of which $400 billion is all about hardware, $300 billion is all software, IT software, and about $800 billion is all services. So that's 1.5 for you right there. Another $2 trillion comes from all telecommunication services. Both hardware, combined software with utility, and all the services around telcos, what Verizon, AT&T, China Mobile does. So 3.5 trillion. Of that, about 1.5 trillion is all about IT, without the telco side of things.
Right.
Dell is what, $60 billion company? It has about a 2% market share. There are probably another 3 or 4 companies like Dell. Let's look at
2% market share of what?
When you look at it, there's complete
of IT.
Oh,
everything combined. You're following, right?
Yeah.
So $1.5 trillion business. When you think about the leading companies, Cisco, let's look at obviously Dell, IBM, HP. Let's add Oracle with the Sun acquisition, but it's like a smaller company in terms of size. When you look at the industry, how can you discount Dell? You must have no clue what's going on in the business to discount a giant like Dell. In a sense, is leading in the transformation from the PC business now in an end-to-end solution business.
A lot of cash in the bank.
Great cash position.
Yeah.
Look at the industry right now. If you're a financial analyst, if you're an investor, where is the opportunity for upside? It's an amazing upside. And when by the way, let me tie this to Wyse story. When we came to Dell as a business, acquired, we were looking at this and going, as a team, we did not have one retention issue. All my employees are continuing with Dell because they're seeing this as a huge upside opportunity into the future.
You've got a $60 billion company with a $20 billion market cap, right? So they're trading
amazing
at,
cash position.
pennies in the dollar.
It gives us flexibility. You saw the acquisitions from Wyse, Ecologic, Compellent, Sonic Wall, all the leaders in service. We just bought Quest. You're building a software,
if Dell asks, first of all, if Dell asks us my opinion, we could help them. But here's my angle as an analyst. as an analyst, no, seriously.
We can help you. You need to buy some of our stores.
I buy what you say, but I buy what you say. But I want to just say this: Apple Computer has product leadership and only has 8% market share in the PC business, and including PC, and not including even mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, so Apple's the most valuable company on the planet right now, and they only have 8% market share. If they take that 8% market share on the hardware side to say 15, with their services that they're wrapping around it, that's going to be very interesting. So what I'd like to see from Dell, and what I would advise them to do, is help me understand how you can use the hardware business that they have great leadership in, keep that share, and sequence and wrap around it, whether it's IT and or other services.
John, I love your, these simple questions you ask me, so I can give you like a great answers for this question. I love the piece of furniture you have on your desk with your Apple 300 watts and non-green PCs that you have in front of you. I love them. Looks great. Actually, looks great on my furniture as well. White furniture I have. Fantastic. But how many businesses
I got them all.
You believe? How many public organizations and private organizations gonna still continue to invest heavily on infrastructure, which is not secure, which is not manageable, which is not reliable, which is not scalable, which does not provide better CapEx and OpEx. This device, what, $1,000, $2,000? We do at Dell devices starting at $25 with cloud clients connecting to the best server storage and network in the backend. We have the best store in the marketplace. Look, I was listening to Fusion IO earlier. You have a phenomenal story with storage. What is the Fusion IO conceptually when you think about it? At the end of the day, is another flash drive to your PC, imagine it on a server for your storage. Fantastic story, great, but it's a piece of an overall story. As Dell, we are the only company, have all the components, have the cash position, acquire, market, OEM, also other assets with the new software franchise we're building as well. On the top of that, it is a big opportunity for the next 10 years as cloud becoming more prevalent and ubiquitous in the marketplace, both on the server side, networking side, and at the same time on the client side.
Well, Michael Dell is taking this personally, right? I mean, he helped crush the mini computer age. I remember Ken Olsen said Unix is snake oil. Digital died, Wang, Prime, all those guys. And I see the PC era CEOs, put Ballmer in there, they have a lot at stake. They have a lot of personal pride. And Michael Dell got heavily involved in the company strategy and started personally getting involved in these acquisitions. Putting these piece parts together, whether it was Perot, the storage side, the thin client piece. But still, you've got that dynamic that I was talking about earlier, $20 billion market cap for a $60 billion company because the old is declining faster than the new can pick up. And so you've got that dynamic going on. So it's a matter of, okay, when does that flip? When do you hit that tipping point?
Look,
almost like a startup.
Absolutely, and in a sense it is. And also not only in terms of size, but in terms of feeling the passion the employees have. I feel I'm in a $65 billion business, $60 billion business, everybody's acting like it's a $20 million startup. And that kind of a passion goes a long way. Look, I was just this past weekend with a customer on email. It's a large New York-based customer, big financial institution, trillions of transactions they're working on. We're on email going back and forth. The customer goes, I cannot believe, as Dell, you guys are so focused on a customer on a weekend, anybody is touching us and talking to us about this transaction we're working on. So my point is, look, as long as you have the right product, right people, right processes, market is there. All I'm trying to tell you with the numbers, $3.5 trillion market, guys. It's a huge opportunity, huge upside. We have the best cash position, best people, best acquisitions, and all the IP coming together, big software franchise now, and these devices at the end of the day do not matter. At the end of the day, these devices are going to come and go. What's important is the delivering of the content, okay? Any type of content, voice, data, video, from any app, legacy to web to mobile to any user, and manage that user from the cloud. And that's our vision, that's our story,
yeah, so at Citrix Synergy when you were on, you were really amplifying, you were probably one of our most passionate guests ever, talking about the impact of mobile, obviously.
Still am.
Yeah, well, with mobile, now it's other things, but talk about your vision of the new experiences, because big theme for Paul Moritz, got a standing ovation.
He's awesome, I love Paul.
This new era will introduce new user experiences, new consumer, customer experiences. Talk about what you see as the new customer experience.
So I'm not going to sound cliche on this is really important. Every single customer, public sector, private sector, as you guys know, we're 50-50, we do a lot of business in public sector, defense side, also commercial side globally. What we're seeing is people definitely going social, definitely mobile, definitely virtual, definitely converged. This is hugely important, a lot of people miss that. In the back end converged, with storage, server, networking, computing, through virtualization, one fabric, and also converged in the client. Imagine devices under 25 bucks delivering for you voice, data, video, one box under 10 watts, which means you don't need anymore a power connection. It's all PoE, power over the Ethernet, delivering to you in one monitor your virtual PC, in one monitor your voice over IP phone capability, and one monitor is your TV with a GPU built into it. I have devices now with quad-core, dual-core ARM devices running things that you never run before. With that kind of a capability to converge in the client side and the back-end side and going contextual with that in the cloud is the story, which means we now dealing with a new kind of a labor force in our customers. They are definitely social. They're expecting their employees to connect with the customer and partner through social media. You need to secure and manage that. We have the solutions for that. They're definitely going obviously mobile. Every user like you, they have a laptop but going to these kind of devices, and how you provide security, manageability, availability, and TCO for that, both on CapEx and OpEx, and at the end, delivering any type of content, voice, data, video, from any type of app for any user, at home, at work, on the go. Some of the big banks you are doing business with, all the employees are going home. Work at home programs, now you need to deal and manage and secure the user regardless of those devices or these furniture pieces, which is 300 watts,
I got
not
them
green.
all, right? I got
Did you hear me?
Here.
Furniture piece,
No,
300 watts.
But so
get rid of it, get a thin
I got
cloud
three here,
client.
I got two in my bag.
Yeah.
Are you saying these are going to consolidate? That's
you know what we'll
your
see
prediction?
is there are going to be all these devices, in my opinion, on the margin, on the innovation, there's going to be a lot of opportunities, but the key thing is how you deliver. But the key, guys, the key thing is content. Content is king. How can you deliver voice, data, video to any user from any app on any device?
Yeah, it's all about that experience to me, right?
What else?
so we
and doing it in a smart way, secure, manageable, available, reliable, with the best TCO and scale. To make that happen, you cannot have furniture pieces like this. You have to have an end-to-end security manageable story. Why are we buying? Why are we buying Quest? Why did we do the transactions with Wyse, Sonic Wall, for Stand, Case, Compellant, Ecologic? There's a storyline here. There is a storyline here. And we have the cash position to make the change happen.
Tarkan, so I got to ask you, because since VMworld, going back to 2010, 2011, the kicked around end user computing, VDI, all that stuff that you've been involved in directly, and now with the market changing, we've had David Flynn on, the CEO of Fusion. You were listening. You know, his company is really changing what's now possible. So there's new possibilities, new use cases, new experiences.
Absolutely.
What does VMware and the industry have to do at the end user computing? So you got the data center of the future, multiple clouds, big data. All these are new forces that have been emerging very fast in the past 24 months, and now the end user experience is changing. How is that whole world? What specifically? You got social cast. I mean, I wouldn't say VMware's knocking it out of the park at the top of the stack. I mean, they got some stuff.
Look, we don't have a long time, but I'll give you my 2 cents on this. Have you bought a new car lately? I mean, buy the new 2013 models, 2012 models. When you open the engine, what do you see? Do you see the spark plugs? Do you see the Fusion IOs and AppSenses and Atlantis computings of the world? All that innovation is built in. Look, my vision is, our vision as a company, when you look at this, end to end, give this user experience from your iPhone or whatever device you like, all right? Whatever device you like in terms of aesthetics, application, software, security management, all the concepts that tie into you as a user, which is most important and accentuated through the content delivery, voice to the video, and app support in the backend, whatever that app is, on any device, from any kind of a data center, anywhere in the cloud, to make that experience seamless and as cheap as possible, while making margin is the future. And we believe, as Dell, we have the best converged story in the backend, best converged story in the network, and best converged story in terms of content, apps, and users in the front end, in the client. And not only on our clients, our entire story around security management and availability is for any client. I have customers using iPhones and Apple devices. We still secure and manage them. We still deliver the content for them. We cannot necessarily look at this as a whole trend specific to the device. It's beyond the device. It's all about the content and app, and that's what we're going to focus on.
Well, one of the things about Dell too is Dell definitely doesn't have a not invented here syndrome, right? Because Dell didn't have any IP before it started on this track, so it buys in IP and then focuses on integration. That's where it spends its R&D.
I agree with your vision.
Agree with that, or?
So let me react for a second. Look, I don't know how many patents each company has in the world, but let me tell you, there's a lot of misconceptions about Dell. IP is not only the software that we think about, it's also processes and some of the other things that a company does. That's for sure. Dell probably historically did not focus on software as an innovation as much as the pure software companies in the marketplace like Microsoft and Oracle. That was not business model. It was a different business model. The beauty of Dell is created a segment, led in it, figured out that things are changing, and now it's transforming itself over the past 4 years. With Michael's leadership and the executive team and all the changes we're making. And again, as I said this, I know I'm sounding like a broken record. There are a lot of CEOs you can bring to this table, and they can tell you a lot of stories, but guys, cash is king. We generate cash, we manage it effectively, we buy the right IP when we believe the IP is needed, and we're building the right IP with the best people in the industry now. So look, Dell is going to be a force for sure for the future. Huge upside opportunity, in my opinion, in many different ways, as an employee, as a customer, as an investor, and I believe we're building this end-to-end stack, again, from data center to network to end user, around the user, not a device, not a server, not a storage, around the user, how you deliver the best service to that user, to the best content and app support in the backend, whether that's voice, data, video. That's the story. And we have the best story behind that with security, manageability, availability, reliable, TCO, CapEx and OpEx, and scale in the backend with the software and hardware we have. You're not going to beat that kind of story with any other vendor. I'm telling you.
Okay, Tarkan Maner, Dave, I think this brings up...
Am I boring you?
No, I just think
good discussion. Dell making itself relevant. That's really what this is all about.
We got to get rolling, but I think you make a good point about the whole end-user computing being enabled and transparently abstracted away, that under the hood, if you will. That's going to put a direct challenge on VMware, because VMware is trying to put products out there. So I wonder if VMware is having that internal conversation.
By the way, on that note, John, very, very quick, I know you guys need to move on. VMware, Citrix, Google, Microsoft, all these software vendors working very closely with us. The reason we are one of the biggest sponsors at this event, A huge, big CIO, CXO innovation event on Thursday. As you know, Pat is going to be there. Paul is coming. We're bringing Citrix, Google, Microsoft, all sitting next to each other and talking about the cloud client computing and how we're going to deliver that content and app support from the end-to-end, from data center to the client. And you will see there how we're working with all these vendors. Even some of them are competing with each other at the end of the day. Our goal is to make sure the market is bigger, not only our market share. Make the market bigger. Again, $3.5 trillion market, guys. $3.5 trillion, okay, with a T. The market is huge, and everybody has a huge opportunity.
Okay, Tarkan, great to have you on theCUBE. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Great dynamic
very
guest.
much.
He's pumping on his 9th coffee. I need one. I'm going to take a break. We'll be right back with our next guest.
Thank you.
Tarkan, great energy. Love to have you on theCUBE. And again, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll be right back.